This week on the Push Pull Awards podcast, it really needs no introduction. It's the 8th annual Pulley Awards show. Let's go.
3, 2, 1. It's the Pulleys.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Awards podcast with myself, Damik.
And me, Tom Hall. What's going on, bro?
It is the Pulleys, isn't it? You're right, Tom.
Yeah, this is the annual last show of the year, because me and Dan don't want to talk to each other whilst
Whatever, really, but you know,
ever.
It's fine.
Over Christmas, we'll send each other memes and stupid comments on your social media. We send each other, every listener, we just look at your shit and then send each other bad social media.
All that crap we saw. Don't you worry about it. We've seen it. We posted about it. We've shared it.
Just our clients.
Just shit.
Yeah. We're like, look at this guy. Look at this guy. It's awful. Like,
unbelievable. Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, if you post shit, you deserve to have it shared around, to be honest. That's
no.
the world.
Well, apparently Dan's new bugbear today was getting the arrow wrong on a carousel post. But there's plausibility of doing it either way. So I'm pretty sure he's just probably scrolled over my feed.
Yeah, it's definitely yours. I looked at, Tom, and I was like, oh, what's he doing?
I posted a carousel last week, and yeah, I don't think he even put any arrows. I was like, people see the dots, they know it's a carousel. And also in the wording, it goes, I'm going to give you 5 free things if you scroll. All right,
yeah.
Well,
I did 5, only I gave 6 the other day. That was brilliant by me. I said 5, and then I was 6 points to it. It was too late for me to do it. At that point, oh yeah.
On the caption, did you go, I've done 6, #value? Or,
yeah, I know. I just put, yeah, either I can't count or there was always supposed to be 6. And I just was like, couldn't be asked with that.
Yeah. I don't even know how many slides I'm going to do on the one today. Going out at some point. I don't know. Anyway, anybody who's new, you're not new. Anybody who's listened to us still now has been here for how many times we've done this. I got like some abusive messages off the last abusive messages from my clients. So about some stuff I said. Not abusive, just like, what the fuck? How do you not know? I can't remember what it was. Yeah, because I guess I feel like probably more so with my clients, Dan, they probably listen to podcasts more because they like got runs and shit they have to do for me.
Yes, yeah.
Whereas you guys,
I like that tactic, mate. Trying to get more listens, send them out on runs. Go on, go on runs.
I literally write the podcast that they have to listen to. Go back. You should do that in your mentorship, mate. You should go back and there's some gold in there. You should be like, go back, sift through the 7,000 that we've done. Listen to this one. Yeah, it's back catalogue.
That's what I'm going to do now. Don't even worry about it.
Send you little sound bites and it'll be fine. And there's loads of sound bites of Dan Gold. You can get a VA to do that.
Oh, mate, 100%. Get a VA to do everything.
Yeah.
Mate, my dinner for me while I'm at it.
Send it from the Philippines. Good food. Easy. Good food.
Right, mate. What are the categories anyway? In the old
sauce. What are the categories? All right. So if anybody doesn't know this show, as always, it is a panel of 2. So we take no other votes into consideration apart from mine and Daniel's. If it is a tie, we can either do rock, paper, scissors if you're watching YouTube, or we'll have just a nice chat about it and give two awards out. So we have a lot of I've saved it on my notes. Magical thing, obviously, because it's on my notes. I've got all the ones that we've done from the last episode. I think this was last year. I don't know, because it's saying when I created. There you go, 2022. Yeah.
Ooh,
wait, yeah. We did it in January last year. Why did we do that? What happened?
I can't remember. Maybe we just did.
Created the 4th of January 2022. Interesting. Anyway, basically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I've got 15 different categories currently, Dan. Obviously, to make it a tight 45, that's probably. Can you do that math?
That is 8 minutes per category, Tom.
Amazing.
3,
good.
Obviously.
We'll go for 3. Dan's going to be talking for a while.
Put that timer on for 3 minutes because then we've got that use of that timer. Then worth its money.
I know. Like all the kids are using these timers.
Yeah,
all of them. They're hard to quite. They're hard. You spend about 3 minutes fucking trying to find the number you're meant to be on. So
yeah, it's taking 3 minutes. Yeah, then we get that.
So it does. It counts up as well as down. So it's pretty good. Not at the same time. Otherwise, that'd be very confusing.
That would be.
But yeah, or I could use my watch, but it doesn't make a noise. So, or we could do Alexa.
No, you need to buy something ridiculous and pointless to do the job for you. Otherwise, it's not. It's not fitness, is it?
Correct. Yeah, there should be another category: most useless productivity product.
The morning routine. There you go. As well.
The morning routine, mate. I have a great morning routine. I bought some protein gummies.
Have a shit.
Protein gummies, Dan.
How many of those you got to eat to get enough protein in?
8. No, not even enough protein. 8 to get 10 grams of protein. And there's only 50. It's only like 54 or something like that in a tub.
What is that about? That's just a reason for you to try and eat sweets, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah.
I mean, the protein. I mean, like I've seen creatine gummies before, which I can understand that a little bit more.
Because I have vitamin D gummies.
Are they from My Protein?
They are from My Protein. Yeah.
Pre-workout gummies I've seen here. I bet they're all right.
No, I had some protein gummies. I think I had like some free stuff that I could have, and I was like, I'm gonna get these. They're quite tasty.
Of whey protein per serving. Peach
per serving. Yeah, I know, and you need 8 gummies per serving. But I was thinking it was 1 or like 2, and that was what I was having in the morning. I was like, great! Oh, this is amazing. How are they doing this? This is magic. Obviously not. I was like, basically have a bag of sweets and a shit ton of carbohydrates with it as well. Anyway, yeah, so we're going to be talking about best protein snack later. So this is gold that we're not using. All right. Without further ado, I've added a category as well because I feel like Dan, this is just it because how we've evolved. Dan will enjoy it, I think, because of his passions now. All right. Please.
It's caffeine gummies now as well. I'm just sorry, man. I'm just mesmerized by the gummies.
Just doing a drum roll and you ruined it.
Sorry, mate.
Basically.
Sorry. Go on. You go.
All right. Well, then
I won't interrupt you again.
So according to this, the first category is podcast of the year. So I think this is a case of so as with all of these, it doesn't have to be a new podcast. It doesn't have to be whatever podcast. It's just a podcast that myself and Dan have listened to throughout the year, and we've enjoyed it. That's it. That's all we have to do. I'm going to get my Spotify up.
Can we vote for ourselves, or
it's like Top Jaw. No self nominations.
That's frustrating. Well, I think based on that information alone, I think I have to give it to Diary CEO because I think it's the only podcast I've listened to. Literally the only one I've listened to this whole year. Like, I don't mean like consistently. I mean like I've listened to maybe 3 episodes of it. That's it. But that's how infrequent I listen to the podcast. I just do not listen to it.
Behave. You listen to the Ricky Gervais show all the time.
That is true. Yeah, that doesn't really count because that's like years, decades old. That's just repeats. Like I think it needs to be having regular updates to it. And Ricky Gervais shows.
Okay. No. So I am a big podcast listener.
So the Diary CEO one I listened to most recently was Dynamo, the magician.
Okay.
So I was like,
he did something recently, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I watched his TV thing. It wasn't the best, to be fair.
I haven't started the timer.
His magic's pretty good, but yeah, I mean, that's every so often Stephen Bartlett captures my attention with a guest. It's the guest I want to watch. And I reckon I listened to, like I said, 3 probably all the way through. What was the other one? I think Dynamo. And then there was like, I can't remember. It's gonna be boring me thinking about it. I'll go back through his guest and I'll see which one it was. But you're much more the podcast listener than I am, mate, because I
am. But they tend
the only other podcast I listened to was when we were in Italy and you made me listen to Off Menu. And I quite liked
Menu. And I went to Off Menu live this year as well. So that is right up there. And it's always good. So in terms of enjoyment this year, yeah. So we got Off Menu with Ed Gamble and James A. Kessler. If anybody's not listened to it, go listen to it. It's fantastic. Taskmaster, the podcast. You can see that I like comedy podcasts. I watch now is a staple is The Rest is Football, which is Gary Lineker, Alan Shearer, and Micah Richards. Mainly listens because Micah Richards is good on it. And I quite like a summary of like I know them talking about stuff, and they have like old stories and questions that they answer, stuff like that, and decent guests like Thierry Henry and stuff like that. So yeah, the Peter Crouch podcast I listen to. I ebb and flow with that one because it's quite slow. It's a very slow podcast. I think. I feel like I need something a little bit quicker. I've saved this to listen to it, but I haven't listened to it again. The Overlap with Gary Neville, because I
Yeah,
wanted
that's
to
good.
go and listen to Dele Alli, because obviously that was a big thing about it. The Louis Theroux podcast I listened to. That's quite good, but that's actually gone into a TV show now, so he's done well off that again. And then I've got the Paul Chowdhury podcast, because I find Paul Chowdhury quite funny. You probably don't know who that is. Um, and then more in the realms of fitness, I have the Lee Spellman podcast from Spellman Performance. He's just a speed guy. That's not very interesting. If anybody likes, every now and again there'll be something that I want to listen to about like training NFL guys and contact sports and pure power and gym stuff. He just talks good sense and sprinting mechanics and stuff like that. And then I have The Game with Alex Hormozy, which I haven't listened to in a while, to be fair. So it started, Alex Hormozy started to annoy me. So I think it's almost too much of him that hits my algorithm now. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, I feel
yeah,
like I mean I don't listen to. I mean I don't have. I know it's going to sound awful, but I don't have time to listen to podcasts. I just don't. I do not get where people find. I mean, obviously you do cardio and all that sort of stuff. I just don't have an hour to sit and listen to some of these podcasts, even half an hour non-stop. Like,
commuting
yeah,
for
the
me,
commuting. I think the commuting one is one
and
I would,
then
but obviously don't.
cardio, and that's it. That's the only
Yeah,
times.
I think that's when people listen to podcasts most is when they're commuting and like, um, I just don't really. Again, I put the Ricky Gervais show on if I take the 20-minute drive to golf, and then when actually to be fair, when I'm practicing my golf, I listen to Ricky Gervais podcast. So I
Yeah,
probably don't have time to listen to podcast then. To be fair, I just never really get into one that much, and I think that I don't know. I've just never. Maybe I should really try in the new year. But I agree with you around like I can't listen to podcasts for like the self help stuff, like Alex Hormozy stuff. I couldn't do it. I'd just be like, oh man, I just want to chill out. Like leave me alone.
yeah.
And I agree with you about his stuff. Is like he comes out with some gold. But with a lot of these people, the best stuff is their long form stuff, not their short form. And I feel like sometimes you see too many of their short form clips. And like with him, it's just like work harder, work harder, work harder. And I get it to a point, but it's kind of like, yeah, but at some point, it's like you need to do
His
the
podcast
work
stuff is good.
rather
To
than
be
just
fair,
listen
his
to stuff.
podcast stuff is good. Like it is, yeah, long form. It's 20 minutes
It's
normally.
because you get all the context. That's why I think the
Yeah,
podcast, longer form stuff works well, is because you get the context. Whereas the short form stuff, I get annoyed by, like you, because you're like, well, there's no context. That I don't know what you
yeah.
really want to get out of it. But I get why they do that because then that's why then more people listen to their longer form stuff. But yeah, I just don't really have a favorite. I sit there and go, oh, I must listen to this. It just doesn't bother me. Podcasts don't bother me.
Right. Well, I'm gonna draw the vote here, and probably the one I've listened to every single. I'm gonna go with the one I've listened to every single episode this year would be Off Menu. I
Off
think
menu, yeah.
Off Menu. Boom. Locked in. Boom.
In,
Done.
yeah.
Good. All right. Next category, always a big one, Dan. And we'll start off strong at the start of the year again. With best guest.
Who we had on?
Obviously, we did do quite a few at the start of the year.
Yeah.
So we did actually have 7 guests on this year. We ebb and flow, don't we? We're like, yeah, get loads of people on, and then we have like no one.
Yeah.
You can categorically tell when we're busy and when we're not, because I can reach out to people and talk to bring them on. And yeah, that's all right. And then a few of these are clients of ours, people we've worked with, obviously good people in the industry. So full names, yeah. What if she'll message me if I don't say this? Dr. Amelia Thompson,
Yeah.
fake doctor really, but Holly
Not really.
Davidge, Paul Standell, Mike Harrison, Sam
Nope.
McGowan. You weren't there for that one. Hannah Fuller and James Blanchard. Obviously, they all came on
Yeah.
to talk about the Dream Gym Day.
They did, yeah.
Some with more successful than others within what they were doing and actually registering what the concept was. And some
Yeah.
people just hung around at
Some
their
people did their normal
garage.
gym routine, like Mike. Go to the garage, go to the gym, round the corner.
Didn't quite get it.
No,
Why would I want to do that?
I really liked James when he came on. To be fair,
James Blanchard.
I thought because it was slightly different. I mean, obviously I wasn't here for the Sam's one, but hybrid training, a little bit different way of doing things compared to everyone else, was a bit more like traditional weight training and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I'd say.
We'll go James Blanchard. Beautiful. Because I felt like out of all those guys, I mean, I know all of them personally. Yeah, so we're all good. I would say he fucking loves training.
Yes.
I think if anybody wants to go listen to a show, go find James Blanchard's Dream Gym Day, and he talks about hybrid coaching and actually hybrid coaching, what it is to do that shit. He's lifts. Yeah, I don't know. I dread to think what his three like power lifts are, because obviously he was powerlifting before, and the guy's a fucking unit. And then he goes off and does like marathons off the back of it. So, yeah, genuinely loves training. So, whereas if you want some people who did not get the concept whatsoever, I'll go listen to Mike's. I feel like Hannah didn't really get it either, or Amelia. I think that's definitely an intelligence thing. Paul Standell was funny, and Holly was enlightening for me. Anyway,
well, yeah,
I was just like
you got
the world of
you got a view
bodybuilding.
into the bodybuilding world, didn't you? With that one,
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
She was the longest because I think it was baffling, the whole thing. So yeah, go Jimmy B, lovely, good. I didn't do a time for that. Right, now into the proper shit. Right, best exercise, Daniel. Best exercise of this year. So last year was a goblet squat. This is going to be interesting for you actually, because you've moved away from really doing health and fitness programming and shit. This is probably in the last. I was gonna say more with the clients. Yeah. So this one for you can be best business strategy.
Nah, fuck that. Let's get best exercise.
Has Dan done an exercise this year? We don't know.
No, that's all. My best exercise is practicing my golf swing. That's my best exercise. You're gonna have to take this one, mate, because I don't really. I mean, I still think the Bulgarian split squat is up there with the nomination always. It's just that good. It's that good of a movement. Other than that, I mean, I'm sure the pull-up was there last time as well. The pull-up's always good. Anything new to add to the mix?
I feel like you're just trying to remember what exercises are.
Yeah, no, I am. Yeah,
like,
what I do?
I've got a list somewhere. We could
memorable names.
More new, I guess, like
you're going to say
from
half marathon or something stupid now. You are, because of the way you do.
No, I'm still going to do exercise. It's not threshold runs or something like that. No, that's not a thing. I would still have to categorically do it gym based, probably, and it's very much like, what have you done for me lately? I've done a lot more, and clients have, because of probably, who knew, when I'm doing running and shit, I get more runners and stuff to program, or like as coaches and stuff like that. More calf work than ever before in the world. I've actually got a couple of memes going out teasing people about their calves. But yeah, more calf work, I'd say. So a Hatfield, do you know what that means?
I do not.
Okay, cool. Safety bar, you know what that is?
Yes.
So the safety bar can rest on you without your hands on it. And then Hatfield means you can put your hands on the rack. And then into like a heavy single leg isometric calf raise. This is all into
not a calf raise, it's isometric.
Isometric, yeah. So raise it up, hold there, boom. Obviously, you can bend your knee, get a little bit of soleus in there if you want. That has been a nice one. I feel like that's built up quite a lot of ankle resilience and foot resilience for people this year. It's probably one of my most programmed exercises. I think I'm gonna say that should be this thing. Most
Wow, I
programmed.
didn't think I'd live to see a day that a calf raise would win the best exercise of the year.
An isometric or something like an isometric. Although I did a just free reps on it yesterday. It was an isometric heel hover split lunge.
Bit wordy, mate. That it's not.
I know.
can't-
I wrote that in the caption of I've just made everybody who's like a ridiculous coach get a hard on who loves complicated exercise names, and I was hating writing that out, and I was like, "Is there not an easier way of just like saying this?" No, I don't think there was.
I'm sure you can find a way, but it doesn't sound like in the moment.
But I'm calling and judge. What do you call it? Oh, I'm taking the mantle. I don't know what I'm about to say. I'm going to be
you're
mother.
making the decision. Yeah, you're making the
Correct,
decision. Yeah.
I'll be mother. I'll be mother. We're going to do a Soleus calf raise. I think.
Soleus calf raise. I mean, that just sounds beautiful, doesn't it?
That's a calf raise with your knee inflection. If anybody wants to know, fucking hell. There's a lot of people. Oh, we're doing these Smith machine calf raises. Yeah, fucking bend your knees every now and again, you prick. Yeah, no wonder one side's massive and the other one's tiny. Anyway, who would know the calf works when your knees bent? Would it? I don't know. Anyway, worst exercise. So written on here, obviously I've got stuff from last year. Is the partials lockout from Joel Seaman.
Oh, that guy. Is he still training people?
Oh, I know we never caught up like with how his full range of motion experiment went.
I think we all know how it went.
Probably more sore than
he
ever.
Probably gave up. He probably gave up, didn't he? You know what he's like? Fucking useless. He's still nearly got 450,000 fucking followers.
Oh yeah,
his profile picture now is him with literally doing a squat with the angles 90-90 drawn on. With his little face.
He's stupid. If anybody's obviously it's an audio medium mostly, but I was doing a face because if you want to look at a funny face of people when they work out, go find Joel Seaman. Still very high up there. I'll put one out here. Trained a lot of Hyrox athletes this year.
Yeah.
The burpee broad jump. Why the fuck have they put that in as a thing? Like, and doing 80 meters of it. Ugh.
Awful that. It's just like, why are you doing that?
The rest of the stuff I kind of get. Like farmers carries, cool. That's kind of, I'm gonna hate the term, functional, or like in like the realms of smart programming. The rest of them are pretty all right. Okay. You've got like farmers carry, sled push, sled pull, a 1K row, a 1K ski erg, all those 1K runs, and then your wall balls, kind of a bit shit, but yeah. And then the walking lunges. Get all of them. Burpee broad jump. That's my worst exercise of the year because when I write it in for some of my clients, they refuse.
Quite rightly. So I've got a client who's doing Hyrox and I've basically got a program for him and based off some of the bits you've said. And I said to him for the burpee broad jumps, I said, we're never going to train that movement ever. I was like, you can do some broad jumps. I was like, that's cool. I was like, but you're going to have to just do that on the day. I'll train you for everything else. I was like, but you're not practicing that. I was like, you're just going to do it.
So you'll be good for. I'm doing a series over Christmas as well on how to do all of those things that like little technical things, like 5-minute clips on YouTube of how to do those. And if your client is listening to this, or Dan, you can just do this now and tell them when you're doing a burpee broad jump, do not do the burpee normally. Do a step through burpee. Step with one leg like you're doing a fucking Spider-Man lunge and step up. Do not try and bring both legs up and stand up because your heart rate will fucking go through the roof and you will tire incredibly quickly. Step through and you get a little bit more yardage each burpee. Smart. Be smart. Keep your heart rate down. Otherwise, you're going to be running out of whatever it is, that stuff. I don't know, oxygen.
Take a step. Yeah, it's called oxygen, Tom. That'd be the main struggle.
Glycogen, all that shit. Glycogen is still the main energy source in it for the body, I think. That one?
Yeah,
Is
I'm
it?
sure someone will try and argue
Yeah.
the opposite, but yeah.
Pretty sure.
Oh,
Last time I checked.
ketones. It's all about ketones. No, it's not. When
Last
you're
time
doing
I
burpee
checked.
broad jumps and you're fucking struggling to breathe, you don't rely on ketones then, do you? Fucking
Step
idiot.
through, you pricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, awful. So I think that most of the people don't really practice. Well, they don't practice at all. Like do it under like. So I've got 3 athletes who've got. They're in an intensive period of 3 weeks. Picked over Christmas. How horrible is that? Of like high rock stuff at the moment. It's fucking gross. Whilst I was writing it, I was like, this is disgusting. They get a week off like in the new year, but yeah. Oh well, they got to do it. Fuck them. Cool. I'm putting that in. Both broad jump. You happy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Good. All right. This is interesting actually. So next category is worst fad. Health and fitness fad. I reckon we can go into like this is into the business world as well now, right? In like
Okay.
Instagram-y shit. All right. That's so you can open up to VAs, you can open up to hola mate, you can open up to anything like that, all that shit, setters or whatever they are.
I mean, there's too many in there, really.
Or is that a fad? Oh, or like the 18-year-olds that are gonna 10x my business.
Oh my god, when are they going to
Oh,
stop?
we should do that. Should we do that? Is it worst fad? Should we do best DM message?
Oh, worst DM message.
Worst DM message. Yeah, let's build
so
a new category.
I had one today, right? And it was from someone who I put that screenshot up of that person who commented saying, "I've just sent you a DM," and he added it to like 4 or 5 of my posts, right? I put it on my story. Somebody liked 8 of my posts, followed me, replied to that story saying, "Yo, Dan, hope you're good." Like same thing. And I replied to the guy and I was like, mate, I've just taken the piss out of someone doing this. I was like, please, for the love of God, get a better fucking strategy, and then blocked him. I was like, you're literally doing what I've just taken a piss out of. And it winds me up. But I just do not understand what they're hoping is going to happen from doing it. I don't get it. I don't understand how they think that anyone's going to go, oh my God, I need this guy in my life. This is how anyone can say I will 10x whatever you're doing without knowing the base number is beyond me.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, let's do 0, mate. So that'll be 0 again. I think that whole concept, but I think it's, alongside that, like you said there about VAs and setters and stuff like that. Me and Mike talked about this in the latest call we had. Is that I genuinely think if in 2024 you are not in charge of your Instagram account and you're solely responsible for doing it all, I think you're going to struggle. I think Instagram are finding ways to get rid of all that shit. So I think that bad strategy thing you just talked about, I think is just anytime you're trying to get away from being you or you doing tasks on Instagram and trying to give them to someone else, I think it's a bad move. That'd be my main thing. Is my prediction is going to be you need to be on Instagram more. You need to be yourself on it more, interact with more things that you enjoy, watch more videos, do more on it, not hand it off to someone else because you don't enjoy it. Start enjoying it. Find a way to enjoy it. That'd be my thing, because I think with the uprising of these people that are sending these DMs and everything, I'm convinced Instagram are going to do something to stop it. Absolutely convinced of it.
Yeah, probably.
I think that the only way you're going to be able to send a DM to someone is if they follow you. I think that's what it's going to be.
Well, they already have that, like on a few people, right? You can only send one message to start with, or something like that. Like it's like some sort of protective thing.
It'll go one further. I think they'll give people the option. They'll let people take control of it, and they'll say you can stop unsolicited messages like that.
So I've had a few
online coaches are going to be fucked. That's for sure.
I've had a few today. Let's just do it in the last 24 hours. I haven't replied to this guy 3 times, so that's good. Got some decent content, dude. Have you got any client transformations? Look at my page. Not what I specialize in. Plenty of clients doing exercise though. Hey Tom, looks like you've got a lot of experience in the fitness world. How long have you been coaching? Cool.
Oh, isn't it mad? I just don't understand what they think. I don't understand what they think the best outcome that's going to be. I don't get what they think is going to happen. It baffles me every time I get one.
I like this one. About athletic programming. Hey John, I was just going through the sales page for athletic programming, and I think the wording was better. If the wording was better, you'd get more sales. Probably.
Cheers, mate.
How about I write you a new copy for your course? All I ask return is your feedback if you like it. Let me know if that sounds good. Kindly, Jacob. Obviously, looks about 10. Good. Hi, Tom. I'm really impressed.
I just don't know who's like recommending they do this. Like, who's saying go out and
I
spam
know.
people and do all this sort of
Just
stuff? Like,
spam.
that's
Spam,
my main
spam,
question
spam,
with
spam.
it all. Is like, well, who's telling you this is a good idea? Number one. Then number two is like, surely you're getting nothing back from it. So at what point do you realize it's not a good idea?
I feel like this happens on LinkedIn. This happens a lot on LinkedIn, doesn't it? Like, oh, I want to connect. I want to work with you. We're doing this. And they just go straight into pitchy business and shit. And this is like the roadman version of this. Like, that one's nice. Keep up the good work. I got you one of yours, Dan. Hey, Tom, is this the best place to ask a question?
Oh, this guy.
Oh, this guy is relentless. 1, 2.
Oh, the
3,
ones that send you. I had one that was
4,
like day 1 of why I'd be a good
5,
setter. Day 3 of why I'd be a good
6.
setter. Oh,
6 messages without reply from the 5th of December to now.
That is a lot.
Yeah. I just started working out again. Much needed common sense. Blah 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 blah. I know you're busy. Blah 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 blah. I'm a copywriter. A reply from you equals 100 push-ups. Next day. Cage fight. You versus Alex Hormozy. Who wins? Alex Hormozy. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Next day. Happy to write you a free sample email to show you how I work. Should I send you something over? And then next day. Full transparency. Not trying to sell you anything. What were you trying to do before?
I just don't get
anyway, we'll just put as worst fad is these fucking bellends that do cold outreach and expect a result.
Yes.
Yeah.
100%.
Engage with the fucker. Like Instagram's a personal platform. Like,
and I think this is the thing is I think they think they are trying to engage, but they're just going about it completely the wrong way. Like,
yeah, very odd.
Yeah.
And the worst one is the best place. Is the right place to answer a question?
You just asked one.
What do you want me to say to that? I don't know. Anyway, next. Best social media follow. Whose content has stood out this year for you?
That's a good shot. Let me go on my profile quick. Paul Stanell comes up first thing. No, don't. Not him. No, no, I'm joking. I've got one. Okay. Literally only just started following him. Professional golf advisor. Have you not? I've sent you his videos. I must have sent you his video.
Professional golf advisor.
The guy who's like the lob wedge. You know, like how to do. It's just it's basically a piss take golf channel.
Oh, really?
I've not sent you his video. I must have sent you one. When we just how to play a flop shot. And he gets his hybrid out. I'm not showing you this. Oh my God. How have I not shown you? Really funny. Like, it's just the way he does it, the way he goes about it. He's obviously a very new account, but like he's brilliant.
Yeah.
He's had like 5,000 followers in the space of like a month.
Nice.
Some of his videos have gone mad, gone viral. Like, it's just really funny. But the best bit is that in the comments, some people don't get his humor, the sarcasm.
Oh, really?
Like obviously there's Americans, they just don't get all the sarcasm in it. And he's like, "You're not allowed to do that." He's like, "What? Oh, yeah, obviously I'm not allowed to pick up the ball and throw it." Like, yeah, for me, anyone who likes golf, like it's the way it's done as well. Though, like, it's his voice, the way he narrates it, the music, everything about it. I crack up every time. So there you go. That's mine. I'm gonna put my nomination there. It's quite niche, admittedly, but oh my God, is it funny?
I'm happy. I've taken the reins on a couple. We'll go for professional golf advisor.
Another reason as well I like it is for anyone who thinks about social media and what people want out of it. I just think it's a great way for coaches to watch, even if you're not interested in golf, right? But you'll understand golf to a certain degree. It's the delivery, it's the humor type, it's him being him, all that sort of stuff. I just think it's very, very good, and I think it'd be worth a watch for a lot of for a lot of coaches wanting to crack social media. Like I said, the guy's done 16 posts, 16 videos, and he's got 5,500 followers, and he follows 18 people. Now, he isn't cold DMing people. He isn't trying to do all these tricks of training audio. He's just put himself out there and been funny. And I don't know. In the future, he may be selling something. He may be doing something like that. I don't know. But great way of showing the fun side of it. And anyone could do loads of stuff with this, with fitness, weight training, nutrition. You could do exactly the same thing with nutrition. Exactly the same thing. You could do like a thing to do with around, like, again, foods that people think are bad or whatever, or eating out on a diet, or again, just watch the way he does it. It's brilliant. Anyway, before we go off, it's not an educational podcast, this one. I fucking love it. I think it's hilarious. And it gets shared a lot because it's so funny.
All right. I've already written in what's the next one. It's the worst social media account. But I also think I feel like it's like an honorable mention. It's not the worst social media account, but it's the one we've talked about most this year on our show.
Joel Seedman.
No.
I think he should just win it anyway every year.
We've got to retire Joel Seedman, surely. He just can't be on any of the work unless he does something completely bonkers. Even more so. We've got to put Coach Carnivore Cam in there.
Coach Carnivore Cam.
Surely. For sure. That is like...
He's got to win it.
I think we can call the category worst social media follow, though. I feel like we need to capture like infatuated with...
it is the worst social media follow.
Most ridiculous.
But I also admire him a little bit. Like, there's part of me that is like, oh, like this guy.
Best social media follow when you're only here for the comments.
Yeah. I think it's not the worst social media follow, because I want you to go and follow him, so it's not worse. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, social media follow.
It's like watching a car crash. You can't not watch it.
Yeah, you can't not but slow down. You have to slow down. Like, that's the only reason why there's a traffic jam on that side. It's just like, what's happening?
That's exactly what it is. It's that, isn't it? It's the poor guy. I mean, he gets trolled to shit.
I know. I don't think he's ever responded like on any of the things, has he? I've flicked through. I sent a few of his things to some other people. He made a conversation at like a Christmas party the other day. And I was like, look at this. This is insane.
It is mad. It's the whole, like, so the carnivore diet. What was the best one? The carnivore diet mince pie. It was like mince meat with pork crackling, like put into a NutriBullet, blended. And he's like, mate, come on, that's not mince.
Well, he only has about 7 ingredients in his whole repertoire.
And then the other one the other day I watched was the How I Cooked the Perfect Steak, and he cooked it and he burnt it on each side, and people were like, "That's burnt. That's not perfect." It's so
he
funny.
Overcooks all his meat, doesn't he? Bless him, Coach Carnivore Cam. If you're out there, unfortunately, we probably won't have you on the show. Yeah.
But again, I said it. Great example of someone who like sticks by his morals, like turns up day by day. You can't ever get him for that. He's better than half the coaches out there. Posts every day. Like, and then the highlight for me in terms of videos as well, because obviously, like, I think you have to give the rationale behind it. Worst piece of content of the year as a subcategory of that award was when he went to McDonald's to ordered 6 beef patties on their own, and they came in individual boxes. It was the saddest sight you've seen on social media. There you go.
Yeah. And living proof that your mum will say, well, you're good at everything. Like,
yes.
Absolutely.
100%.
Do not believe that your mum will like back you. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Some classic categories now. Best coffee joint.
I mean, my own house out here at the moment. I mean, there's no out here
that's go to bed anymore. Like, that's the thing.
There's not that many good out ones out here, to be fair. It's not as good as it is in London. No way. Like, coffee places out here, people just go to fucking Tim Hortons, Starbucks. It's like, nah, shit. So there you go. Tom's got Starbucks.
I only did this today because it was fucking pissing down with rain, and I didn't want to walk to prep.
Yeah,
or walk to an actual coffee place, and it is 50 meters from my house.
I can't comment on this one, really.
What's the best coffee I've had this year? I've been to Shot which was quite cool. A
Yeah.
bit bougie though. Yeah, very bougie coffee place that's just opened up in Marylebone. I think there's one in Mayfair as well. But all right. I wouldn't say it's great. I like the Watch House coffee. I probably still the best coffee I like is from a place called Hagen. So I'm gonna go that. So if you're in London, there's a few of them around. I would go to Hagen. Workshops closed down, like a few of them.
Are
Um,
they?
then the one in Christopher's Place is shut now, so that's
Mm.
annoying. Yeah, I quite like that coffee from Hagen. Oh no, I did go through a brief period of getting a lot of caffeine coffee, which is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
One
go
of the
with
better
Hagen.
ones in
It's
London
probably the
for
one I've
sure.
had most. In terms of, I allow myself like my staple coffee is Pret, and I allow myself some bougie coffees, like one or two throughout the week, just to keep it special. Otherwise, I feel like you lose the taste of it. Just to see that elevation from Pret. Um, yeah, and I'd say I probably have the most Hagens or caffeines if you're in there. Cool. Right, next. Best TV series me or Dan have watched this year. And again, before you get angry, and this will go into movies as well, right? Doesn't mean it has to have come out this year. It could have come out in 1970. So Dan's probably going to go for Only Fools and Horses. And it just doesn't matter when it came out. We just have to have watched it this year. Okay. Best TV series and or movie.
I don't think I've watched a TV series this year, so I can't do that one.
I'm too busy playing golf.
Or have I? Maybe
Um,
I have. I just can't remember. I think that's the problem. My problem is I can't remember.
you have to note it down next time.
Yeah, I think that's the
Um,
problem. Is that it's like years such a long time. I can't remember that far back. Has there been anything we've watched? What's come out? I suppose that's the main question. What's come out this year that we would have watched or that's been popular?
Top Boy?
Top Boy. There you go. You see, thanks for reminding me. There you go. I watched that. That was very good.
Yeah, I was like, I'm pretty sure you did watch that. I was like, I
Yeah, that was
remember
good.
talking about it with you.
Yeah, that was
Um,
good. Yeah, I'd say Top Boy probably the only
I think I
one of
did the
these
House of
things I've watched.
Dragon this year.
No,
TV series House of Dragon. I probably this is where me and Dan are very different in our stuff. I'm gonna name Game of Thrones, and I'm pretty sure the Lord of the Rings thing came out this year. Whatever that was called. Again, it was like the most expensive thing ever, but I didn't. It was all right. Then in Star Wars, I think did Kenobi come out this year? Ahsoka came out this year. Um,
no, didn't watch
but
it.
apart from that, movies, things I've watched.
Was Afterlife this year? The latest Afterlife? Didn't watch it. Didn't think it was that
Don't know.
great,
I
but just
didn't
asking a question.
didn't watch it.
Started watching Succession, but I couldn't get into it. I gave it a good few episodes as well.
Yeah.
Wasn't that bothered by it. I just typed it in on the internet just to see what comes
Oh,
up.
I did that zombie one as well. I didn't get into. Was that Among Us?
Yeah, no, I didn't bother
I didn't
trying.
get
Not
into
gonna lie.
that. No. People were
Um,
like, "Oh, you have to." There's obviously there's like comedy ones, like Taskmaster is still hands down
the
the
Beckham
best
documentary
Beckham documentary. Is that a TV series?
only has 3 episodes. I don't think that counts, but
I
it was
want
all
to. I
right.
want. It has to be box set or movie. I feel like that's the
Okay,
category. I feel like
okay.
that's a bit of a tap out. That's a bit of an old man picture because I know you've been watching World War II documentaries, so
Oh mate,
that's gonna
yeah,
make it.
they're coming back. They're coming back to with a vengeance. They are. I don't know why
um,
I've started watching them. I don't know why I've been interested in it. I don't know what's gone on there. Strange.
and then movies. I watched Barbieheimer. Um,
I only watched Oppenheimer. I didn't watch Barbie.
Yeah, I watched both. And shock, heterosexual male finds Oppenheimer more interesting than Barbie.
Well, you say that. I
um,
mean, Margot Robbie's in Barbie, so I
Very
mean,
true.
it's a very good
But, and
reason to watch
I
it.
did,
Let's be honest.
I did enjoy Can, of course. Reminded me of you, how
What
you
so
operate.
cool and good with women, that kind of thing. Thought it
Not
was fine.
really, not really. Naive to the world, that kind of thing.
Okay, that.
Yeah, yeah. How basically Dan's house is operated like Barbie World. So yeah,
Correct. Yeah.
yeah. Um,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
looking
I
through
don't
the list
know.
of other things that were released this year, and I haven't watched any, so it has to be Top Boy because all these others are
We'll
just.
put Top Boy because I started Top Boy, so I have watched some of it.
Happy Valley
I'm
we
not
watched
up to
as well. I
deal.
didn't really get that. Didn't get everyone's obsession with that. But watched it all and I was like, it was all right, but I think it was amazing.
We'll go
Top
Top
Boy.
Boy. Bruh, bruh.
Yeah.
That was my
Food, mate. I need my food. That guy.
that guy.
Yeah. Food.
Cool. Top Boy. Last year was Gangs of London. Yeah, that must
Yeah, that
have
was
been you.
good. Yeah, that was good. Gangs of London was great one. Yeah.
Must have been you. All right. Best burger. So like I think there's only really one winner of this because we're just gonna do best doesn't really matter that it's chicken this year. Because you're like I'll think
I had one the
Bobby.
other day. I had it the other day.
Because it's close to you now. Because
Yeah.
you realized it was
Bombird.
like Bombird. There you go. We're gonna go Bombird.
The chicken, it was like chicken tenders, and they put 4 slices of American cheese in, bit of cabbage, bit of good sauce they call it, which is even better, and it's very very good. The chicken sandwich, chicken sando, it's called chicken sando from there,
Chicken
with a
sando.
side of fried chicken, just crispy and beautiful with pot of gravy. Epic. Next time Tom comes out here, that's where we're going again, obviously.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very, very good.
a
Pickle was good as well
staple.
out here, to be fair. Pickle, and they're
Pickle
both
is
from the
the good.
same company. That's their two
Yeah,
strands. Is you got Bombird and Pickle. So, I mean,
they're smashing it.
very,
They're
very
doing
good.
well. Honorable mentions here are going to be like I've not had a bleaker this year, so I can't put it in. But Burger and Beyond do deliver to my house now, which is
Oh, that
fucking
is dangerous,
dangerous.
isn't it? That
I
is
know.
dangerous.
So I was like, oh shit. Yeah, because they're in Soho now, and I was like, what?
Oh, mate,
I'm
I'd be so
actually
fat.
I'm so tempted to do one this evening. If I'm really now, I've just put it in my head.
Do it, mate. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. And Instagram it as well, so I
I
can
know.
see
I'm
it.
gonna be like, and yeah, I sent you their thing for January, isn't it? Because normally people it's veganuary, and what Burger and Beyond have done, they've taken all items that are vegan off their menu, and they're
Brilliant.
doing
Love it.
just meat only. And I was like,
Yeah.
I
Double
am
meat.
going in.
Yeah.
I'm going in January, mate. I'm taking Coach Carnivore Cam. I'm gonna send it to him. And he'll
Mate,
fucking
you'll love it.
he will absolutely love it. Unfortunately, we won't have buns,
Yeah.
but
No buns
you
or
go there
cheese,
fair.
but
If anybody wants a burger restaurant, I still persist that is the best burger restaurant in London. But
I'd
yeah,
have to agree
honorable
with you there.
mention.
I think
Yeah, it's great,
that's
and you got to eat in at that place. Delivery is great if you're in the
Mhm.
constituency of it, but if you eat in, it is a whole burger experience.
It is.
Cool. Which I feel like I'm going to take this category out because it's a bit bullshit now.
Ooh,
All
what's
right.
that?
Best delivery. That
Oh,
was more. It was more during COVID. I think that was
of
more
course, yeah.
representable. Yeah, and now that's what was COVID. Just a thing we're going to tell our children about. And that's it, and our grandchildren about. So
Yeah.
they'll be
We'll
like,
never talk
"Did
about
you
it ever
do
again.
this?" All right. Homemade. So best food choice. So this can be anything that you bought, made, and it has to be from home. I'll give you an insight into what happened last year. Is Dan bought a pizza oven,
Mhm.
and we went with pizza.
Do you know what I'm going to try over the next few days? Is a Christmas pizza,
Okay,
turkey and stuffing, cranberry sauce base.
There's got to be some sort of
Yeah,
cranberry sauce on it.
cranberry sauce
Yeah.
base. You got to have obviously
Oh
mozzarella.
wow, cranberry sauce base.
Yeah, I'm thinking with mozzarella, plenty of
It's
turkey,
so sweet.
ground turkey. Yeah, and listen, wait. Ground turkey, stuffing, and I think you need a gravy drizzle. Otherwise,
Yeah,
it'd be too sweet. It's got to have a sweet and salty bit
it's
to it.
got to
So
have the
either
salty
gravy
somewhere.
pot on the
Yeah,
side or drizzled over the top. I think maybe on the side for the crusts as well.
yeah.
The crust has been the main thing. So I'm this weekend it's going to get done. I'm going to see what happens with it. But I think with the cranberry sauce, I think what I'm going to try and do is not have too much. It's got to be very thin. Do you know what I mean? It can't be too thick. It's got to be very, very thin, unlike tomato sauce, which should be a bit thicker. I just think that's the way to go about it. I don't think tomato on there would really go. I think it's just too overpowering with the stuff in and turkey. So yeah, I'm gonna try it. So there you go. Still useful. Still useful.
Interesting.
Each other. Yeah. So there you go. Best thing
I
to
don't know
cook
where
at
to
home
go.
for me. I've not really cooked anything really that's been amazing, to be honest. I think you could probably change that to air fryer recipe because obviously everyone in
Ooh,
the world now has
yeah.
got an air fryer.
Best
And
air fryer
if you're
based
talking about air
food.
fryer, the one thing that you all need to try if you've got an air fryer is nachos in there. Refried
Just
beans, cheese. Oh my god.
I did this non-air fryer related. I did a viral dessert thing last week, which was Oreos and milk in the microwave.
What happens with that?
Honestly, so you literally, I got like 5, 6 Oreos, and then I put in like a quarter of a cup or just over of milk, crushed it all up, made it into like a crusty kind of paste, then put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds to a minute, makes Oreo mug cake. Really fucking, it's like making it as like a
Wow.
chocolate sponge pudding. Honestly, works.
Sounds good. That sounds
Yeah,
good.
I was amazed that it worked. Honestly, I was
So
like,
with the nachos, let me go back to the nachos. So best thing to do with this, right, is you fry off some mince. Carnival camp, I love it. Fry off some mince with that Old El Paso like barbecue flavored like fajita mix.
what percentage mince?
Always 20%. Has to be
Always.
Coach Carnival Camp is 20%. That with some of that spice on it thrown in, obviously with a couple of peppers if you like your peppers or whatever. Layered with the nachos, with the cheese, the refried beans, and then you don't put any other things in it, but you guacamole to dip stuff in. Oh my god! Like, tell me that's not the best you can do in an air fryer. So good.
I'd
I think
be,
air fryers
yeah.
are the purchase of the century.
They're so good, aren't they? They are so good. I mean, I've done a lot of like wedges and stuff in them, like because
Yeah,
it's quite easy. There's a
they
setting,
always
just
come
like
out
bosh
well
on
as
the
well,
go.
don't they? They
Yeah, they
always
always
come
come
out
out
well.
well. Yeah, like there's none of that like possibly it's gonna come out like sloppy
Yeah,
from like the oven and not like dry enough. So that's been a staple. And then you can just like put the chicken around it, stuff like that.
yeah.
I did start doing like some egg bagels and stuff. So you'd put the bagel in, then crack the egg
Yes.
in there, and like you grate like the egg sandwich, fold it all up. But we'll go nachos. I can do that. Best air fryer. Nachos. Because I've
Mm.
also done those. So, and I did
So good.
enjoy them.
So
Nachos. All
so
right.
good.
We're down to the last three categories, my man.
Ooh.
We will do this one because I feel like this has taken the place of like the most important. So, best protein snack, more fitness. I'm not going to
Mm.
put those fucking protein gummies.
Oh, they've got to go top, surely.
They the most pointless protein snack that I've had this year would be that. I'm going to go for something I have enjoyed is along the same line because obviously Aldi and Lidl are the guys that smash this, and whatever company they have, there's just like a good range. There's like mousse, there's yogurt, there's different loads of different flavor yogurts, there's puddings. But recently they have brought out rice pudding, protein rice pudding in like chocolate flavor, and
Oh
it is
wow.
pretty good. Yeah, I've
Yeah,
got
I
a
do like a rice pudding. I'm very British like that. Bland, boring
yes,
rice pudding. Yeah, it's a good shout.
same. It's good. I feel like that's going in the rice, but it's not something that's been very prevalent um until this year. So
Yeah.
I will go Aldi, whatever. I don't even know what company it is. I buy them all the time. Muller? I don't know. Definitely not Muller. Whatever is the Audi
Yeah.
equivalent of. Voller? I don't know.
Yeah.
Moolah.
Just call it
Something
Thomas.
like
They'll
that.
just call it Thomas, probably. Yeah.
Probably.
Get it? Get it? Thomas Muller.
All right. Last proper category is best diet drink of the year.
Well, I'm out of this because in fucking England, fuck off. So I came back to the UK, obviously, a couple of weeks ago, and Dr. Pepper Zero is still number one. It is still, there is no way that's been knocked off its perch. Just no way.
Well,
And I also had
it
Dr.
wasn't
Pepper.
number
I
one
also had
last
Fanta.
year.
I also had Fanta Fruit Twist Zero as well, which is good. But for me, Dr. Pepper Zero wins hands down. I think I've been away from it that long that I think it deserves to go back to top spot if it wasn't only last year.
Um,
What was it
yeah,
last year?
that's it. Lilt Zero. That was definitely
Zero
influenced
is
by
good.
me because
That is
I had
good
a
though.
lot of Lilt last year. Yeah.
But I think they've stopped it. I think they've stopped Little Zero.
Yeah, they've stopped Lilt, haven't they?
So can't
It's
win.
not a
Can it?
thing
So
anymore.
Dr Pepper Zero.
Dr Pepper Zero. I've not had that in ages. I'll get some for
Oh
Christmas.
my god! So, mate, go right now and get Dr Pepper Zero and a Bioga and Beyond delivery. That's what you need to do right now. No doubt about it.
Yeah, it's like I could do that in London. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
The sad thing is, I could do it right now. It'd be in 30 minutes.
Yeah, do it.
Like, oh.
Do it.
All right. Last category. People who are bored. Fuck off. This is about to get boring. Best golf course we played this year.
Ooh.
Or best golf shot you've played this year. I mean, you won't be able to remember one.
I still think Yas Links for me is the best. I love that place. And what's really annoying is I really want to go over the Christmas period, but Alex, the guy I play with, has gone back to the UK, and I don't want to go there on my own. I feel like it's a bit of a weird long.
It's a long way by yourself, isn't it? Yeah.
But they've got cheap rates at the moment, and they've got not only that, they've got obviously a DP World Tour in January there. So I know the course being good nick now. So I feel like I do want to go. I might make the trip. So you're selfish, Tom. You should be over here for Christmas and you could have played it. But for 300 dirhams, but never mind. I still think Yas Links. I still think Yas Links for me.
I think Yas Links. Obviously, like I've probably played more courses than you just for the state of like. Obviously, I'm playing a lot in England. Yeah, but I'm gonna put this one up. So we'll do Dubai, and then we'll do England because we haven't played anywhere else this year. I'm going to put, so I played quite a few top 100 courses this year. And I played a course called Hindhead. Fucking gorgeous. Yeah, that was amazing when I played there. That is basically the front 9, 10 is in a glacial kind of cutaway. So the views and drops and like the valleys and stuff that you play into and down and whatever are fucking amazing. So good. If anybody gets a chance to play it, it's a members only course, so get to know a member. Yeah, it's beautiful. Shout out to the Addington as well. I've just played that quite a lot, so it's not as wow this year. But I've got in a few months I've got Woburn, so that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Other courses I played. Played a few others, but yeah, those are the two that have Yas Links and Hindhead. They're both linksy and like natural-ish. So yeah, that's good. I like it. Yeah, even though I shouldn't. But I think I prefer like courses where you have to like make shot, like be a bit crazy with shots. Try and shot shape and do all that bullshit. Try and have some fun rather than hit the fairway. I don't want to hit the fairway. I want to go onto the other fairway. And then come back. That's how really you annoyed Dan. Yeah. I'm playing the course, Dan. There's no OB. I'm going to use it, right? I'm thinking ahead. Where are my misses? Yeah, Dan hates it. No, it's fine. Beautiful. I think that is the end, mate. That's the last show of the year. Good job. Well done.
Another solid year, mate, isn't it? In the bag. It's just
I know.
Does the time go? Do you know what I mean? It just flies.
Another year in, and I mean,
this is my third Christmas in Dubai. Where's that time?
I know, that's pretty mental, isn't it?
Mad when you say it like that, isn't it?
Yeah. And just as this podcast, I think anybody realizes that, like, yeah, obviously we never do this podcast for monetary gains. It's just for content, people getting to know us. 100%, I'd imagine a lot of clients have probably come to us through listening to this bullshit. And if any coaches are out there, and it's probably worth just doing a little chat show just for the sake of it. Obviously, it doesn't have to be boring.
I think with podcasts, I think that the main thing I would say is that I see a lot of coaches just talk about nutrition or whatever. And I think people forget that. I'd like to think the reason that this is good is because of our banter, the way that we are, the fact that it is more personal, it is more jokey and jovial and chilled out. And I think that not enough coaches are thinking of that. You know, we talked about the professional handicapper, a high handicap, whatever he's called, golfer, like fucking, it's just fun. It's just that's what's going to get people interested and engaged with you and, you know, that sort of stuff. And I think it's in 2024, sharing your personal journey, sharing what you're about is really important. I think you do a podcast, don't just do it on your own. Make sure you join up with someone do it with them. Someone you have good banter with, good fun with. Like, no one listens to single person podcasts. Yeah, I see coaches release single person podcasts all the fucking time. Like, no, there's a reason they don't
Just
do
get a
that.
guest on. Like, do one a month and get a guest on. Like, that'd be better. And then
but
clip
guests,
the reels
are
off
quite
that.
hard to get on. Like, I think that's where, like, if you have someone else that you bounce off and you work well with, it's like, do that. And look, we do it as well as a way to stay in touch, right? We speak every week now, like from doing it. Like, you know, it's not always easy to do that. I think it's a great way to do that as well. And I think if again, as much as anything, that's the reason you do it, you're going to keep doing it. And then therefore you're not going to be worried, oh, we're not getting that many views or listens. It's like, that's not why you do it. Then all of a sudden it becomes more beneficial for you to kind of keep it going long term. And then the views and stuff do rack up. So, or listens, whatever it is. So yeah, that's the one thing I would say about it.
Yeah. And if everyone, we like in our lifetime, I think what is this, like our 8th year?
Yeah.
We're well over like 500,000 listens or downloads and stuff like that. So I think that's quite cool. And thank you for listening. But yeah, it's mental for such a niched fucking podcast. So yeah. And the fact is that we literally, if anybody wants to know this, we literally have the same microphone each and we do it on Zoom. That's it. That is it.
And the other thing as well, like, just because I know we don't do this anywhere near enough. And when I say anywhere near enough, I mean ever. If you know someone that would probably enjoy it, just share it with them. Just say, probably worth following these guys. Because I like it when you get recommended a half decent thing to watch or do or whatever, and there's loads of episodes to go back and listen to. I quite like that. Like, that's the thing with that TV series. If I bingeable, TV series go really well. So yeah, obviously, look, massively would appreciate it because it does mean a lot.
It's a weird one as well because all of our shows are a little bit standalone-y, I guess. Yeah,
I think so. They're not like, it's not like we have a running series or running things, is it?
Yeah, especially the guest ones. Guest ones from the last year, obviously, will be very standalone. And go back and listen to them. Lovely guys. All right. If you've enjoyed the year, if you've not left us any comment or rating or whatever, obviously we've got hundreds of those. But yeah, go do it wherever it is. Probably on Apple Podcasts and Spotify's and stuff like that. And if you haven't looked at any YouTube ones, I have since I don't know, halfway through the year, I put every fucking episode on YouTube just in case you want to see our stupid little faces. Yeah.
Well, there you go.
And I don't care how many people view that. It's just another bit of content because I like clipping the reels and it's easy to put me up on YouTube. So easy, mate. All right. Pleasure, Daniel, as always. I will catch you in the new year.
Yeah, have a good one, guys. And
we will come back for the traditional first episode. Will be New Year health and fitness business predictions. Exciting. Counting the days already. Definitely not. All right, thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you next year.
See you later.